If you wonder what men are thinking during no contact, take a walk with me. And let's be clear, it's mostly anxious attachers that ask this question. You're looking for clarity and closure and trying to figure out what you did wrong. Because if you can figure that out, then you can fix it and gain access to the love that you deserve. Not realizing that you're already worthy, whole, and complete, and that you shouldn't have to fight to gain access to the love that you desire. And if we're being honest, you're the only one that's playing the no contact game. And that person who's the object of your desire, they'll message you in a couple weeks. And you'll be super excited to receive their messages because it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, it's happening. You may even have a failed meetup attempt and then they ghost you again. But they're just making sure that you're still there, that you're an option. And when you're anxious, you're more than happy to be one. The question you may want to ask yourself is, were you dating a man or a boy? Were they anxious, avoidant, and have ADHD? Did that relationship turn toxic? And be honest, why? You're probably the anxious one watching this video. We'll focus on the avoidant and what they feel during no contact. Someone who has an avoidant attachment is going to feel relief after a breakup. And they're probably going to go back to doing what they were doing before you guys met. Or they're going to go into one of their favorite coping mechanisms, which is working a lot. Of course, they don't recognize this, but they're keeping themselves busy from feeling their feelings. Which is why 6 months later, when they do start to feel their feelings, you might get a text message saying, hey, or what's up? And while you monitor their social media, hoping for their return, they're probably dating other people. And it's not because they don't remember you or that you weren't special to them, but this is their standard operating procedure. It's their iOS that hasn't been updated since they were young. And if you answer that text message 6 months from now, when they finally feel their feelings, they're going to say things like, I miss you. It was a mistake to let that relationship go. And because you guys had a push-pull dynamic in your relationship, they often felt flooded, which feels like a threat to their nervous system. And now that it no longer feels like a threat and the rose-colored glasses are on, they're thinking, we should give that another shot. And I'm not saying don't give it another shot. You do you. But you should probably ask the question, what's changed? What's different? Have you gone to therapy? Did your financial problems get solved? Did they work through whatever they needed to work through? But more importantly, did you? You see, you have to be honest about why you were in no contact to begin with, and you take ownership of part of that. And for clarity, no contact can look like this. You block them on socials, ending your phone. You delete their number, or you change their name to do not call. And then you focus on you while healing your shiznit and getting your groove back. You start reading books and listening to the Blueprint podcast to build a more secure attachment style. Secure attachment to yourself. And you learn to not play the block, unblock, block, unblock, block, unblock game. Nobody needs that kind of toxicity in their life. Stop it. It's not good for either of you, and if you're not careful, it becomes a pattern in all of your relationships. There's just so much chemistry. I can't stay away. It's amazing. It's electric. I've never felt this before. But you have. It's called home. How was home? And I know, regardless of all this information, there's one question that's still on your mind. But do they miss me? Yes. If you spend any significant time together, they're going to miss you, but maybe not at the level that you think or would hope. Focus on you and build that secure attachment style. You got this, and you're a lot closer than you think.